large cap party out there. Well, let's go across to Nimesh now to understand what the chatter and the buzz is like. Nimesh, well, even if the volumes may be thin and people may be away, I think the market is in no mood. The market's in full mood to party with the all-time highs coming in today. What have you picked up?
Oh, absolutely. Well, absolutely, Survena. It looks like it's a party out there, right? I mean, despite the thin volumes, despite lack of participation, the markets are going up. And for a change today, the leadership is with the large cap stocks. So the Nifty is at an all. I mean, we saw a bit of intraday correction as well. But again, we are at days high, largely led by the large cap names. In fact, contrary to the screen, the feedback is, well, the volumes are thin, especially in the private bank stocks. There are offer blocks been done by the larger FIs. So means they are looking to sell at higher levels the private bank stocks. That's a bit of a contra feedback. Compared to what the screen has been suggesting. Interestingly, there is going to be a small market at close, buying in select mid-cap stocks in today's trade. So I'll highlight one of them in my chatter as well. But largely, that's the kind of flow picture which is there. Well, there is very limited flows, but again, whatever flows are there are very specific to either large caps or to the mid-cap names, so to speak. In terms of sectors, clearly, cement is the sector of the day. I highlighted the Nomura report as a standard brokerage, and we've seen big reaction in the cement names. But even in the broader markets, the participation seems to be quite high, and a lot of individual names are buzzing in trade. For example, I was looking at 3M, 35,000 stock, that has rallied 13% in today's trade. So clearly, some portfolio stocks are doing good. But from a flow perspective, watch out for bank names because some bit of selling seems to be clearly visible now from larger FIs, especially in the private bank stocks.
Okay, the private banks are rallying. Axis Bank is up 1.2%. ICICI Bank too is climbing higher. Nimesh, you want to tell us on stocks?
Well, Rima, the big theme seems to be the large blocks. Even in today's trade, there were a couple of large blocks as well. I'll start with the first one, which is Swan Energy. Nearly 1% equity got changed hands. Looks like the promoter entity is a seller in today's block. So again, in Swan, the disclosures could be important. The second name was Themis. There was a large block, nearly 4.5% equity got changed hands in Themis Medicare as well. Even there, the indication is that maybe the promoter entity was a seller, so disclosure will be important there as well. And there was a small block of 1% in IQ Lighting as well. So these were the few blocks where there were large participations. The second is Tata Motors. After a long time, some bit of interest seems to be back in Tata Motors. High delivery-based buying as well from larger FIs. So expect high delivery volumes in Tata Motors in today's trade. The third stock is IEX. I spoke about some MOC buying in select mid-cap names. IEX stands out. There is a delivery based buying in the last half an hour at a leading FI in IEX in today's trade. And the last one is Crompton Consumers. While the stock has not been reacting much, but for the last couple of days there is delivery based selling happening in Crompton Consumers from a leading FI. And so again, for the second day running, expect high delivery volumes on the sell side in Crompton Consumers.
What a move, Nimesh. Thanks very much for that. And it's exactly, by the way, started at 3 p.m. So this is very clearly, one of those big moves. Actually, both the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, more in the Bank Nifty as compared to the Nifty. So that almost a full 1% coming in.